guys, my name is Alex and welcome to another top 5 video where I count down my top 5 somethings. Today, in celebration, in preparation, in fangirliness of the release of season 2 of Wynonna Earp, which is happening so soon. I can almost touch it. I'm gonna be counting down my top 5 moments of season 1 of Wynonna Earp. Yeah. I do want to give just a quick warning at the start. I honestly could have made this top 5 video like all way hot moments because there were at least 5 top moments in season 1 of Way Hot, but I thought I would limit myself, so there's only 2 Way Hot specific moments in this top 5 list. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up that I very easily could have made this video just all way hot, but it's not gonna be. Alright, with that being said, let's get into number 5. So I put my number 5 as way hot first meeting, because it was great. It was like sort of us first meeting Officer Nicole Hot. What an entrance, by the way. And I enjoyed their first meeting. It was very cute. Like, Waverly was just completely thrown off guard for like no reason. You know, technically it was just like any other person walking into a bar, but in that moment you could tell, like, from Nicole's point of view, from Waverly's point of view, from the audience point of view, this was just different than, you know, just anyone else walking into a bar for the first time. It was just, it was a special moment. And I liked that you could tell straight away that Nicole was, you know, what she was interested in. You know, she didn't hide anything, and I loved that. And then Waverly was sort of like us trying to figure out, where does this go? Like, Waverly, what are you gonna do about this? Yeah. It was a very special moment. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so that's my number 5. Number 4, I'm going to put, it's that scene where Doc is driving off in the pink car, and Nicole and Waverly sort of pull him over because, well, Nicole pulls him over because he's been speeding, but I loved that scene. 1, it looked gorgeous. It was a really gorgeous scene. And 2, I also really loved, I love the Waverly and Doc, what's the word? Relationship? I don't know if that's the right word, but I don't know, I wanted to see more of them two together because I think they work really well together. I don't know, it's different, obviously, those two, their sort of relationship is very different to their relationships with any of the other characters, obviously, because, you know, they're 2 individual characters, but I don't know, I suppose this scene highlighted how much I wanted more of Doc and Waverly. Also, I think before this moment as well, I was always like, especially at the start of the season, first of all, we didn't know if Doc was a good guy or a bad guy, right? It was sort of hinted at the start of the season that Doc might be a bad guy because he was messing in some stuff that he didn't necessarily need to be messing in, and we're like, why are you doing this? And up until this point, he sort of had ulterior motives than the Scooby Gang, right? They both sort of wanted the same thing, but for different reasons. And then up until this point, I was just like, what are you gonna do, Doc? Like, are you gonna mess things up for Wynonna and Waverly and stuff like that? Like, are you gonna mess up the mission for your own sort of revenge? Yeah, I don't think I fully trusted Doc until this moment. And then this moment with their conversation, Waverly and Doc's conversation, I was just like, I no longer care what your motives are ever. I just adore you, Doc. It was my heart. I fully, like, I think I started shipping him and Winona way more after this scene. Yeah, it wasn't any particularly special about this scene, but it just sort of, it revealed a lot of character traits and relationships and interactions that I didn't know that I loved, but this scene sort of opened my eyes to those and I totally fell more in love with them. Yeah, so that's my number 3. Number 4. Number 3 is going to be, when was it going to be? Number 3 is going to be Bobo telling Waverly that she's not an Earp in the treehouse, because that scene, oh, that scene, just, it was emotional. I was like, oh, what? I honestly wasn't expecting it. I feel like I probably should have been, because like, why didn't Waverly have the ability to wield Peacemaker like Willa and Winona? Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, it very much surprised me, and those two just did the scene so well. It was a brutal scene. It was a really brutal scene, and yeah, it's one of the most memorable scenes for me in season 1. Bobo was such a good villain. Like, like, how often do you say that someone is such a good villain? Like, you typically aren't rooting for the villains, and like, I'm not rooting for Bobo, but like, I can sort of just connect. I don't know what the right word is. I could sort of understand Bobo, I guess. You know, I don't know, but that scene, killed me. Honestly, there was another scene that nearly made it into this top 5 list that included Bobo as well, but it didn't quite make it in the list. But it was the scene like in the finale where Bobo and Winona were fighting, and he was using his like abilities or some shit. I don't know. It was so cool. Like, it was just like an epic scene, and like Winona throwing the grenade at him and stuff. Yeah, that was a really cool scene. Nearly made it into my top 5 as well. Didn't quite. But yeah, Dominic like killed me that scene as well. I just wanted to hug Waverly. Okay, on to number 2. My top, my second favorite scene of season 1 Wynonna Earp is Nicole Hott and Winona getting drunk together at the police station. I adore that scene so much. For so many reasons. Like, one of the reasons, obviously, like, drunk Nicole and drunk Winona, always a good time, right? They're quite entertaining to watch. Also, they just have great, like, chemistry. Like, not, like, romantic chemistry, but just, like, chemistry. The, like, I don't know, they just work really well together in a scene. It was great to watch. But true, I think I also mentioned this when the episode aired, maybe in my Les Talk, or maybe I did a recap video, I can't remember, but I do remember talking about this. But the fact that, like, we got what's the word? That, I guess Nicole was developing relationships outside of Waverly. Like, she wasn't just a love interest, and I love that she is bonding with the sister, right? And you don't see that much. You don't really see the partner of this queer relationship bonding with the family outside of the relationship, if that makes sense. Like, Nicole and Winona were bonding, you know? It wasn't Winona, like, Winona had no idea at this point, right? So they were just bonding because they actually genuinely enjoy each other's company in that point in time. You know, I loved it. It was great. It was really top shelf. You know. The sun has gone down, so it's darker in here. Why have you done that, clouds? Yeah, so I'm excited for more Winona Nicole scenes in season 2. At Clexicon, at the Way Hot panel, both like Catherine and Emily sort of teased that there's definitely gonna be more Winona Nicole scenes. Might not necessarily be I don't know, like, I think there's definitely going to be some protectiveness now that Winona knows, because, you know, Winona's Waverly's protective big sister, and so I'm excited to see more of that dynamic. I love that scene. Alright, on to my number 1 moment from season 1, Wynonna Earp. Honestly, so I had to, it's a Way Hot scene, obviously, and I was debating between 2 Way Hot scenes, and the one that didn't quite make it was the bulletproof vest scene, like the reveal of the bulletproof vest. This almost made it into, like, number 1 because, like, it's a classic, right? It just came at the perfect time, and it was just, brilliant. It was brilliant. But it didn't quite make it. Like I said, I probably could have made like a top 5 way hot moments, but I decided for my number 1, I would put the way hot first kiss scene, because I just, oh, my feels. It's just, there's so many perfect things about that moment. And like leading up to that episode, they had teased sort of, they had some like promo pics go out about Waverly and Nicole like on the couch, and like Nicole's like holding her scarf, and you're just like, oh my god, like this is like totally like a kiss scene, but it was just so obvious. You're like, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like an almost kiss scene. And so like people were freaking out before the episode aired. I was freaking out, and then like I wasn't entirely expecting it, I don't think. I was like, it was so obvious that it was a kiss scene that I was like, well, it's not. There's no way that would tease that, because, you know, people like to queer bait, but like Wynonna Earp, they bait and then like they follow through with that. It was just so amazing. Yeah, and that song that played over it, honestly, I think it's still in one of my playlists somewhere. It's like, I listened to that song so many times after. It was such a great scene. And it like showcased like their height difference perfectly, and like it was just really hot. It was just so many great things about it. So yeah, that was my top 5 scenes from season 1 of Wynonna Earp. I would love to know your top 5, because no doubt they are different to mine, and I'd love to know what your top 5 moments from season 1 are coming into season 2. I'm just, oh, it's so close. It's so close. I'm excited if you can't tell. Okay, with that, I'm gonna go. Be sure to check out my channel after the episode airs, because I will be doing my recap video of season 2 of Wynonna Earp. So after each episode, I'm gonna recap the episode. Also doing reactions to every episode on my Patreon. Patreon is linked in the description. Yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up with Wynonna Earp. Oh, also, if you guys didn't know, I am giving away a Wynonna Earp fan art book over on my Patreon. For people that pledge $5 or more, you get entered into the random, what's the word? Draw. That's the word that I'm looking for. So if you guys want a chance to win a Wynonna Earp fan art book, check out my Patreon as well. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go. I'm very excited. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be one of the Wynonna Earp reaction or recap videos. Okay, bye.